coming to you today in my Fiber Nymph Dye Works capacity rather than in my usual 90% knitting host role, because today I want to talk to you about the 2022 Holiday Countdown collections. If you subscribe to the Fiber Nymph Dye Works newsletter or you follow any of the Fiber Nymph Dye Works social media accounts, then you may have already seen that the pre-orders for this year's collections did go live today, April 1st. But algorithms being what they are, I figured it probably would not hurt to create a short video and just give you an introduction into the collections for this year. So that's what we're going to do right now. The theme for this year's Holiday Countdown collections is the art of contrast. No muted shades or variegated colorways this year, no speckles either. Instead, this year we're focusing on vivid tonal colorways, with each mini designed to play off of the color of the next through vibrant contrasts in shade and value, or the lightness and darkness of the colors. The pictures that you're seeing as I'm talking to you here are giving you a glimpse into the types of colors and contrasts that are inspiring the Art of Contrast palette that I'm working with. While muted colors that blend in a gentle progression are lovely for a lot of projects like fades or simple textures, the higher contrasting colorways of this year's collections are going to be excellent for projects where you really want to see the difference between the colors that you're using. So think stranded color work, mosaic color work, either knitted mosaic or crocheted, two-color brioche, or striping, not self-striping obviously, but manual striping, if you will, where you want to create the stripes on your own in the order that you want them. Or if you like to use your minis in blanket projects, which I know a lot of people do from year to year, you can use your minis from this collection each on their own, or you can mix and match them and put different colors together. It would be an endless variety of options that you could do. This year's collections will again include a pattern specifically designed by yours truly to work with the yarn and fiber that you'll be getting in your collections, but of course you are welcome to use them for whatever projects you would like. And I will also just add that in addition to the yarn or fiber that you choose based on the collection you pick, and the pattern that you'll get, you're also going to get a collection of little extra goodies again this year. I got such a good feedback from that last year, and I really love putting those together, so I plan to put another little collection of goodies in this year's collection packages as well. With regard to the collection options themselves, my goal was to make these collections and the Day 25 items as accessible to as many people as possible. And so I think this year I'm offering more choices than I have ever offered before. Hopefully that will be a good thing and not a confusing thing. So let's start talking about those right now. The Art of Contrast collections will be available in both yarn and fiber form, as I have done most years that I've done these kinds of collections. But let's start with the yarn. There are 4 configurations available this year, made up of either 10 gram minis or 20 gram minis. We have the traditional 24 days of 10 gram minis, which is what I've done most years, and I'm doing it again this year, but I've also added a 24-day option of 20 gram minis as well. And I think that'll be a lot of fun, especially if you would like to be able to make larger projects with your minis. For makers who don't necessarily need to have a full 24-day collection or would prefer not to, last year I did offer a 12-day option of 20 gram minis. That was the first time I had ever done that, and that was very well received, so I'm doing that again this year. But I also decided to offer a 12-day version of the 10 gram minis as well. So there is such a wide variety of yarn quantities available to you this year. I hope you'll be able to find one that really works well for you. The 20 gram mini collections have the largest number of yarn bases to choose from. That includes 4 fingering weight yarns, Bounce, Bedazzled, Mountain Tweed Merino, and a new base that I brought in just for these collections, and that's Dream MCN, which is the same fiber composition as my Heavenly MCN base, but it has a different higher twist ply structure. And I can also get it in the 20 gram mini put up, which I cannot do with Heavenly. So that's a big bonus there. There's also a fingering weight combo option that will include all 4 of those bases if you choose that, as well as an option for a worsted weight collection with the 20 gram minis of my cozy base. The 10 gram mini collections are limited to either bounce or bedazzled, or a combination option that will have half and half bounce, half bedazzled. It's unfortunate that not more of my bases come in 10 gram put-ups, but bounce and bedazzled are both 2 of my most popular bases that I sell in the shop. So if they're going to be limited, I'm really glad that those 2 are ones I'm able to get and offer to you for these collections. Moving on to fiber, the collections will once again feature 10 gram mini bumps. 10 grams is a little bit over 1/3 of an ounce. These are also going to be available this year in either a 24-day or a 12-day format. The fibers that I'm featuring for those this year will be Blue-Faced Leicester, Falkland, and Polworth Silk. Those are all 3 of my favorite fibers to spin, and I hope you'll love them too. So that brings us to the day 25 options. Day 25 full skeins and braids are being offered in all of the yarn bases and fibers that I have already mentioned from the collections, with the only exception being the full skein of Mountain Tweed will be in my regular Mountain Tweed BFL rather than the Mountain Tweed Merino that the minis come in. That's the only difference. Last year, I introduced the ability for makers to order only a day 25 braid or skein without having to commit to purchasing a full countdown collection, and that was really well received as well. So I am doing that again this year too. And as a way of streamlining the order process, all of this year's holiday countdown items, the collections and the day 25 skeins, are all in one shop listing, and you'll be able to add as many of those as you want. Shipping for this year's collections will work much as they did last year, with the collections having a target ship date of Monday, November 7th. Shipping costs for US customers are again built into the countdown collection and day 25 prices themselves, but there will be an additional flat charge per order for Canada and other international customers of $15 and $20 respectively. That's a bit higher than it was last year, but shipping prices have gone up substantially, so I did have to make a change there. As I do every year, every day's mini and the day 25 items will be packaged in opaque wrapping so that you'll have a surprise to open for each day. Please note that when you are ordering these holiday countdown items, it is really best to not add any additional shop merchandise to your order, as that will not work out with the shipping as the way it's set up for the collections. And depending on what you order, I may need to invoice you separately for the shipping on the non-collection shop items that you included. So pre-orders are open now, and they're going to be open through May 31st. If you have any questions about anything regarding the holiday countdown collection items, or if you have a problem using the listing to place your orders, please feel free to email me. You can use hello@fibernymphdyworks.com, and I will get that message and I can get back to you and help you out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon when I'm back with another regular 90% knitting episode. And until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.